What is going on with you, YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. And today, some information came out that I didn't even know it was on the way. I don't know where I was at. I was out of the loop apparently, but there was a Madden 13 playbook, and that's basically EA Sports webcast showing, and features, enhancement, gameplay, all types of stuff. I ended up stepping into it late. I think I came in like 10 minutes late, but I rewatched the whole thing, saw everything. So first, we are going to check out I guess they call it the sizzle trailer. And then we'll check out some other stuff. And I'm going to just talk about EA Football, the enhancements, the presentation, the state of EA Football, everything. This video is going to run long. So, yeah, man, I got a lot to talk about. I'm on vacation, so I said I may as well spit it out. So let's check out the sizzle trailer.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance alongside Bill Sims, and you have to love this matchup. It's one of the great rivals.
All right, so I wanted to bring y'all the sizzle trailer first. Let y'all check that out. That's like the main gameplay trailer. Go check it out on your own, man. I'm using the screen capture software, so y'all didn't see it like how it's intended to be seen. So go check it out on your own. I'm gonna try to throw those links in the description for sure. But I just want to talk about what I saw, man. First, they talked about presentation. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be 100% honest, man. I don't care the backlash I get. But, yeah, you've done it again. You've done it to me again because I can legitimately say that I'm excited for this game. And I told myself like 2 years ago that I'm never going to be excited for another Madden, man. I'm never going to be excited for another one. But after first they showed the presentation and they actually showed a full how a presentation is, and then they talked about some stuff. Actually, I'm gonna let you watch that right now. I'm gonna let you watch it. I'm gonna get all these videos out the way, and then I just got the screen capture software, so I was just browsing, and y'all can watch that and whatever. But we're gonna check out this presentation, intro, whatever it is, and then I'll get back.
Go to the pregame.
Black and gold as far as the eye can see. Must mean we're in Pittsburgh for this AFC matchup between the Bengals and the Steelers.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance along with Bill Sims. It always gets ratcheted up, the intensity that is, when you got a divisional matchup at your hands like we do today.
Well, it's an exciting time of year, or it's a different time of the year. When practice is over, you go in there and there's about 20 times more reporters at your locker than there was the week before. So that gets you fired up, Jim, makes you even pay more attention in meetings, and I think makes the football game a lot better.
Well, this game might be all about these groups of linebackers. More and more, these guys are becoming the most athletic players on the field. It seems because they have been relied on to stop the run and then also cover players down the field. They're fast, they're powerful, and man, can they just run through a wall.
They got to be all in one. You said it. Stop the run, cover the pass, and then they want you to blitz and hit the quarterback. But you're right. I think they are some of the most unique athletes on the field today. Size and speed, they're special to watch.
He's put the
All
ball
right,
on
so
the tee and he's about to
I
kick
already
it.
know our fans. Oh, there's more.
Nice tackle. a starter beginning his rookie year in the league. From TCU, Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, this team loves his leadership skills. They like the fact that he's an accurate thrower, and to top it all off, a really good leader.
Okay, so just to reiterate, not...
All right, so yeah, man, we got the videos out the way. Got those taken care of. I wanted you guys to see them. That wasn't the best way for you to see them. Go to the website, man. I'm going to try to throw these links in the description. But now it's time for your boy, Regular Dave, to talk, give you my opinions, and just talk about random things, because I rarely do that. All right, so now I'm going to talk about the second part first, the presentation. The second video I showed you. A couple months ago, I put out a video. Madden 13 presentation must be improved. Put that video out, touched on a couple key points, and they've pretty much hit every point that I was talking about. I'm not saying they saw my video. They probably didn't. It was put out probably a little too late in the development cycle for them to actually see my video and say, oh, you know, he got some good points. But the thing I like is their gears are working the same way my gears are working when it comes to presentation. And they brought up a couple things that I said like dead on in the video. One, we need multiple presentations because it gets repetitive watching a team run out every time. I mean, I just drove that home that we need multiple presentations, which, you know, I mean, that's just common sense. So the guy was talking about that we have a lot of presentations. You know, we have it depending on the situation. If it's a day game, a 1 o'clock game where they just cut right in, a morning game where there's a little more, you know, pre-game show, Sunday night game, preseason, playoffs. It's all a little different. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. That is what we need to step up the presentation, man. We're in 2012. You know, there's a lot of things going on that are being done right now in video games. So, you know, sports presentation really should not be lacking. Now, they've upped it. They did one thing that was sorely needed. Oh, man, this was needed more than anything. They X'd out Chris Collinsworth and Gus Johnson and got us new commentators. I don't really have a problem with Chris Collinsworth. I'm not a huge fan of Gus Johnson. But more so than the personalities, the commentary was bad. You could tell the commentary wasn't recorded at the same time. They didn't interact with each other. They didn't talk with each other. Commentary was like light years behind any other sports game. Now, what they've given us is Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. And the one thing I could say, the one thing that I really, really like about this is that they're an actual team. They broadcast games together on CBS and work together. So you could tell by that intro that they talk to each other, they communicate. You could tell that their commentary was recorded together, and they have a familiarity to our ears, basically. If you walk by my computer while that was going on, it sounds like a game's on CBS. That's exactly what it sounds like because they're the CBS team. So the fact that they got them in a booth, I mentioned that. I said have them in a booth, cut away, show, like I swear, most of the points I made, they hit on in presentation. There's only one point, and it's pretty big. I don't think they're going to have a halftime show. I figure if they were going to have a halftime show, they would have showed it. They would have showed it in this presentation because that's a pretty key point. And I just still don't know why. You know what I mean? I feel like we're at a point where we should be looking back at ESPN NFL 2K5 and saying, hey, you remember when the halftime show was like this? Kind of laughing because it's old. But no, that's still the standard for a halftime show. And I just can't believe that. I just can't believe that not only has the standard not been raised, we don't have a halftime show altogether. So that was the only negative part that I could see out of the presentation. But everything from the presentation, the overlays, man, everything looked good. We didn't get the, the ESPN logo and everything like I wanted. But, as long as it looks nice, I'm okay with it. All right, man, so we're going to talk about gameplay. And I know, man, it's not popular to do what I'm doing and give kudos to EA, but I really don't care because I give kudos when kudos due. I kind of feel like, if you know the history of this Madden and YouTube, basically marriage, and people critiquing Madden on YouTube, and basically the founder of doing this, like Apex is Free, Versus, Smitty, Sem Ball Critic, Azure Effect, Ryan Moody, I know I'm leaving out people, Brozel, Shakedown. If you know like where that started and you watch all those past videos, then I kind of feel like some people watch those videos for whatever reason and just lost complete vision of the actual message. And I know the message I got, and for one, it made me want to create my channel. For two, it's basically it said their message was fix your game, make a game that we want. And people took that message and ran with it like, bring down EA. I don't want EA to sell any games. I want to topple EA. Like, that's not the message I got out of it. So a lot of people, no matter what they do, you know, it's not going to be good enough. You know, anything short of saying we not making NFL games, their product's not going to be good enough. And for those people, I don't know what to say, because it's a video game. We are always going to be able to critique, review, break down a simulation football game and point out things that it doesn't do right. That will go on as long as they make them. But as long as they're incorporating simulation into the game, then I'm gonna be happy with it. I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel. Now, the one thing that I like about these gameplay enhancements and features and everything else is that for the last 2 years we haven't had any major gimmick of some new thing that they're trying out that's broken, is not gonna work right, and that they're gonna take out the game the next year because it didn't work right. We haven't had any of those, which lets me know that they're on the right track to fixing their game. I look at it like this, man. EA is in a tough position. Their game has been so bad. Madden 11, 10, 9 were so bad that they've put themselves in a tough position. Now, this is all by their doing, but you got to look at the position they're in. Basically, their goal right now is to fix their game. Make a few enhancements, but for the most part, fix it. How do you advertise something saying we're fixing a product that we sold you last year and the year before that, saying that it was the best? Now our goal is to fix it. How do you market that? How do you advertise it? At the end of the day, we know that their goal is to sell copies. You can take it what you want. Their goal is not really to create a simulation football game to our liking. Their goal is to create a game that is going to sell. Now, it just so happens they're marketing it as a simulation game, so that's how it's going to sell copies, is making it sim. But it's hard to market something as a failure. Like, hey, we failed before, but we're on the track now, right track now. And I was critical of the game because they advertised 3, 5, and 7-step drops. But after a little review, thinking long and hard, I don't have a problem with them marketing simulation now. I don't, because they're saying, basically what they're saying is, we heard your voice. We know what you guys want. We're putting it in the game, and this is how we're advertising it. And to me, I don't find a problem in that. I know a lot of people do, and I actually did. I'm like, how you going to market something that's just standard and basic in football? But if you look at their history and where they're coming from, then, you know, it starts to make a little bit of sense. But, yeah, as far as gameplay, man, I know I went off on a little rant right there on the community. That's not really a rant. But as far as gameplay, they didn't really show anything that, you know, NCAA showed us. But to me, that's a good thing, because right now that's letting us know that the thread of their football series franchise, EA, is simulation football. So what's good for NCAA should be good for Madden 13, unless it's personalized to college and pro. So the fact that they kept the enhancements, you know, the same, lets us know that these are football simulation enhancements and gameplay features. And I did like that. They did show a couple of things that I didn't really see with NCAA 13. One of them, well, they kind of focused on the read and react a little bit, and man, it looks good. I can't even front. Like, the corners looking for the ball and everything and looking at the player looks good. But I said, man, since they making it so pass heavy, how are they going to counteract that? And now when they're getting to the play, they're trying to break it up, not just tackle the guy. And that looked real good. It looks like we're going to get some defensive back, wide receiver interactions that's going to make the game look much more authentic. I think replays are going to look a lot better since they're looking for the ball and you got some actual wide receiver, cornerback play in the air. And that's something that we've all been asking for. I know this thing is running a little long, man. I got a ton to talk about, but I know probably 75% of the people done X'd out the video by now. But so far, man, I can say things are looking good. They did touch on a little bit that the offensive line, defensive line interactions are going to be better. They've tuned that or tweaked that. I hope so, man. I hope it's just not this scripted dance that basically has been for the past couple of years. I'll be looking forward to that. and I'll be giving you guys much more news and my opinions, man. But as a whole, I want to say to the community, man, for the people who are really just interested in getting the best sim game, I don't know. I really want to hear you guys' opinions. For the people that just hate EA and EA can't do any right, you know what? You still welcome to leave comments. I don't exclude anybody on my videos. I've never blocked one person in my life. But I'm more interested in the people that's like, okay, well, I want to see this. Now, the major glaring thing that they did not have in the game was the that they did not fix is the turntable running. I can't end this video. I do want to talk about that because that is a big deal to me. If somebody said, dude, I'm not buying a game because they still got the turntable running, I say, you're right. And I can't argue with them because that is a valid reason to say I am not playing this game. They have to fix that, man. For our visual eyes to see this still going on and the players making these unnatural movements, it's just, visually it's just not good. And they showed that in the kickoff. While we did see some good things in that kickoff that, I kind of want to talk about a little bit too, the players getting in a pile. Yeah, that was, man, my audio cut out. But the players actually, man, if you see on that kickoff return, when there was a tackle, there was an actual pile. We've never seen that in a video game. I guess Backbreaker had it because of the physics. And I seen Gettin's video, and he thought that it had to do with some physics, actual, real-time physics, which it might. I don't know. But that visual of a NFL pile, the thing we see pretty much on every NFL play that's, involves multiple people on top of people, I was like, wow, that's the one thing I even took away. That was the presentation video they were showing. But that's the one thing I took away. So, turntable running, they got to address that. I know I just said that, but man, that just needs to be, fixed. That needs to be fixed, fine-tuned, whatever. Maybe it's some limitations with this engine because I can't see this team. This team is making all these additions. I can't see them not knowing how bad it looks. Maybe they just can't fix it in this engine. I don't know. But I'm going to cut it off right here, man. I'm going to cut it off right here because I could turn this thing into an hour. Y'all know how I can ramble. But, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to everybody's videos that's going to be made on this. And I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.